You know that feeling, that instant gut reaction to something, that flash of yes or nope that happens before you even have a chance to think about it? Well, there's an ancient Pali word for that exact experience, Vedana. And honestly, understanding it is kind of like finding the secret user manual for your own mind. Okay, let's get into it. Think about it. You see a person, you hear a new song, you read a comment online. What happens in that very first microsecond? You get a feeling, right? A quick, almost invisible thumbs up or thumbs down that just seems to pop out of nowhere. We're going to explore exactly what that feeling is and why it might just be the most important moment in your entire mental process. So, to really get what Vedana is, we can't just go with a simple translation like feeling. That's not going to cut it. Instead, we're going to do something way cooler. We're going to break the word down into its original Pali sounds. Each little sound tells a piece of the story. First up is v. Okay, picture a perfectly still lake. When any kind of stimulus, a sight, a sound, even a thought makes contact, the is that very first ripple. It's the initial vibration that spreads across the surface of your consciousness. It's just the mind being touched by new information. Next, we've got duh. This part's function is to give, or to present a result. So that mental ripple, that vev, isn't just a random vibration. Nope, it's actively generating and presenting an output. Kind of like a computer finishing a calculation and showing the answer right there on the screen. And finally, we have na. This just means to know or to be perceived. This is the part of the process where you actually become aware of the result. It's the moment your consciousness registers the output that Da presented from that initial V vibration. So, you see, when we put it all together, Vedana isn't just a feeling, it's a whole process. It's the perception of the result generated by a mental vibration the moment your senses make contact with the world. It's the mind's immediate, totally automatic report on what just happened. A really great way to think of Vedana is this. It's your internal system's instant evaluation report. Before you've even had time to consciously analyze something, your mind has already spit out a report that says pleasant, unpleasant, or maybe just neutral. Now, I know this concept might sound a little ancient and abstract, but we experience it constantly, all day, every day. So let's make it crystal clear with 4 modern analogies. Okay, analogy number 1, the YouTube buttons. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You click on a video. In the first few seconds, way before the creator has even made their main point, you feel an impulse. It's that internal like or dislike. That impulse, right there, before you even move your mouse, that's Vedana. It's the raw evaluation that happens before your logical brain decides if the content is actually any good. Or how about this one, the litmus test? Imagine dipping a totally neutral piece of litmus paper into some liquid. The paper instantly turns red or blue. Now, the liquid itself isn't red or blue, the paper reacts to it and creates the color. Vedana is that color change. The world is the liquid. Your mind is the litmus paper. Think of it like your home thermostat. A thermostat has no clue what the weather is like outside, right? It only measures the air that comes inside through its own little sensor. And then it sends a super simple signal. Too hot or too cold. Vedana is that internal sensor, evaluating only what has entered your system and sending a simple direct signal. And this one is so intuitive. When food touches your tongue, what's the very first thing you perceive? It's not the chemical compounds or the calorie count. You just get a raw signal, salty or sweet or bitter. That initial pre-verbal taste sensation, that's Vedana. It's the raw data that then leads to the judgment of delicious or disgusting. So all these analogies are pointing to the same incredible insight. This internal signal feels incredibly real, but here's the crucial part. We have to distinguish between our reaction and objective reality. So, look here. On the left is how we usually think. We find the cause of our feeling out there in the world. That person is bad, so I feel upset. But the Vedana analysis on the right, it flips the script completely. It says, contact with that person triggered an unpleasant signal in my mind. You see the difference? The feeling is happening inside you as a reaction. It's not some property of the other person. So why is this ancient piece of mind science so revolutionary for our busy modern lives? Because understanding this one little process gives us an incredible power. The power to pause. Normally, we operate on this automatic chain of reaction. First, there's contact. Our senses meet something in the world. Immediately, evaluation, or Vedana, generates a signal. And then, without even thinking, we automatically jump to craving or aversion. Vedana is that critical link in the middle, the pivot point where we can actually step in and change the whole game.
So here's the crucial point. The goal isn't to stop having feelings. That's impossible. The goal is just to see them for what they are. They're just signals, just evaluation reports. So when an unpleasant feeling comes up, instead of just reacting, you can just notice it, like, there's that unpleasant color again. By simply observing it, you create a little bit of space. You break that automatic chain reaction.
And that leaves us with this final thought. If that instant feeling is just an internal weather report and not a direct command, well, then you don't have to obey it automatically. You have a choice. And that simple choice right there changes absolutely everything.